This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories, and welcome to my review of the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 5, Return of the Mandalorian. And honestly, the first time I really said the Mandalorian, because this is basically a Mandalorian episode, besides like the last scene. So, yeah, you're gonna see that a bunch, but I'll talk all about that in the review. So let's just get into it. After collecting a bounty and bringing the head so we can learn where the new Mandalorian covert is, Din Djarin goes and meets up with the armorer and Pez Vizsla, the only two survivors from the slaughter on Navarro. And once there, he's treated for a wound he got when he accidentally hit himself with a darksaber. But he also goes and begins to train with the darksaber to learn how to use it. He's also told what happened on Mandalore in the Night of a Thousand Tears. He's also told a brief history of the darksaber, and his Beskar spear is melted down into something that he will give to Grogu. And then, once that all happens, and he is training, Pez Vizsla sees that he is not good with the weapon, and wanting the blade for himself, since it is also an heirloom of his house, he challenges Din Djarin to a duel, and this ends up with Din Djarin winning the duel and keeping the claim to the darksaber. But at this point, he is asked if he's ever removed his helmet, and he even tells the truth. He has now been banished from this clan of Mandalorians, and is told the only way that he'll be able to seek redemption for this is to go to the caverns under the Mayans on Mandalore. But since they have been destroyed, he realizes it is now hopeless, and he now goes out to just get a new ship, where he lands on Tatooine and meets up with Pelimoto, who gave the impression that she found a new Razor Crest, but she's actually found an old N1 Naboo starfighter, so Din Djarin could use. And initially, he does reject the ship, saying he does not want it, but she convinces him to at least wait for it to be finished, and then they will talk about it. And after the ship is finished, Djarin does fall in love with the ship and decides to take it for a test drive. After flying throughout Tatooine and space, he is pulled over by the New Republic since he flew too close to another ship. And from this, he is let go with a warning, even though they begin to suspect who he is. He flies off, but the New Republic officers decide not to report this because they don't want to do the paperwork. And then he returns to the planet, landing back in Moto's hangar, and there he is contacted by Fennec Shand, who wants him to be muscle for a Boba Fett, and Djarin does agree. He says he'll do it for free as long as they help him find someone first. And yeah, this was definitely an interesting episode. It's unique, and it feels more like Mandalorian Season 3's premiere than Episode 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. And I think this was cut down to 7 episodes, so there's really only 2 left. And I'm guessing that both Grogu and potentially Luke Skywalker will only appear briefly at the beginning of the next episode. because they definitely have to build up more for the plot, and basically this did nothing for the main plot of the Book of Boba Fett. It did a lot for the storyline of the Mandalorian, and it was good for that, but as an episode of Book of Boba Fett, this technically is a horrible one since it did nothing to move the plot line along and didn't even include Boba Fett at all, only his name being mentioned. And although I don't think it's a bad episode, I just think that it does feel, a little odd, and I think a good amount of this could have been saved for the season 3 premiere of The Mandalorian season 1. I think that this probably could have began the same way, and he could have gone to Tatooine after, the stuff is set up for him to have, some problems for him to overcome, but I'm guessing he's not going to be overcoming any of these problems, so it could just be that he goes for his next job on Tatooine, and he goes to get his new ship, and then from there he is hired by Fennec and Boba. That's the thing. I'm not really complaining about this episode. I really enjoyed it. I'm just pointing out that there's a lot of stuff that's, well, setting up for Mandalorian season 3, and, well, that is interesting, and I am excited to see that. But still, that show is most likely a few months away to nearly a year at the most, and it's more likely nearly a year because this will be coming out at the end of the year. And well, since it's only still the beginning, we're definitely going to be waiting a while to see it. But still, I think that this is an enjoyable episode. I definitely think people will like it, and that's what I've been seeing so far online. People have been liking it, but they are realizing this is just basically the Mandalorian season 3 episode, and not one from that should be in Book of Boba Fett. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see the last 2 episodes, and wondering why it was cut down from 3 episodes to 2. I'm guessing the main reason is that episodes 6, 7, and 8 were all shorter. Maybe they were each 30 minutes long, and they realized they can just cut it into 2 episodes that are longer. Yeah, I think that it's still going to be really good, and I'm really excited. I wonder really how long they will be. And I am, of course, sorry again that these come out a little later. I do both have school and then other stuff to do. And next week they'll probably be out even later than normal because I think I'll have 2 classes. No, actually, that won't be next week. That'll be in like 2 weeks. So I think we'll be finished up with Book of Boba Fett by then. Yeah, so content on Wednesdays will start to be coming out later and later. But I'm still going to be watching this when it comes out in the morning. I'm just not going to be able to get a review out until later in the day. But yeah, I still do hope that you enjoy. And I'll see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.